thanks to our PW lecturer, Dr. Mazli Marzuki, and dear viewers. My name is Nur Intan Soleha Binti Ramli. In this video, we will explain about the financial accounting and reporting in canteen business for our task group project presentation. And this is my group member. We have Sarah, we also have Fatin, Dia, and last is Amina. In this video, we will explain to you about the business background, business characteristic, business classification, business process, and the last one is business strength and weakness. The first content in this video is about the business background that we have been choose. The name of this business is Food Canteen by Nur Mastura binti Muhammad Razi, and the type of this business is a sole proprietorship and have been located at Canteen Regiment Corps Armor Diraja, Camp Lapangan Terbang Sungai Petani, Kedah. The owner capital for this business is 6,120 ringgit, and the business activity, before they start to cook, they will buy and prepare the food ingredients such as meal, fish, vegetable, and the other ingredients. After they have done cooking, they will start to serve the variety food and drinks to the army for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Moving on to business characteristics of sole proprietorship. Firstly, the business is registered under Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia (SSM), which acts as proof and acknowledgement that the business is legitimate and has been legally registered. Capital, which also means owner's equity. Puan Mastura started her business with her own personal savings of Rm10,000 ringgit, and she never took any loans for the business. This business only has single ownership. Sole here means single. Proprietorship means ownership. So that means Puan Mastura is the only owner of the business. Management and control. Puan Mastura makes the decisions along with her other two employees. She controls what she sells, even if she doesn't just supply her own food. She is extremely particular when it comes to food quality, ingredients, and also food hygiene. Puan Mastura and the other two employees will pick out the additional food varieties from vendors first and decide the best price before selling it. This will give consumers, the army, a wide selection to choose from and drawing in the consumers, the army. By doing this, she can also profit from vendors who put up their own goods in her canteen. This demonstrates that Puan Mastura's ability to manage and control canteen in the manner of her choosing. Apart from that, this business canteen also has unlimited liability, which means here there is no separate legal entity between the sole proprietor and the business. So this means that sole proprietor and the business are in law in the same entity. Hence, due to high risk of profit and loss, so Puan Mastura refrains from taking any loans that she has no responsibilities. So there will be less chance of someone stealing her personal assets. Personal assets used to make up if the company experiences a loss and its assets are insufficient to cover the loss. Last but not least, this Puan Mastura business does not require legal obligations to keep books of accounts, and it is not required by the statutory to be audited. This business canteen incorporates all of the accounting assumptions and concepts, which are going concern, consistency, historical cost, and money measurement.
Thank you, Sarah. So I would like to explain more about business item for Puan Mastura canteen business. The first one is asset. Assets are resources that are owned or controlled by a company, individual, or entity that have economic value. We can divide into two, which is our current asset and non-current asset. For the current asset is expected to be converted into cash that can use out within 1 year. For the non-current asset, are assets that are expected to provide value for more than 1 year. So for some example, from Puan Mastura business, we can conclude that some asset that they have is cash in hand, vehicle, equipment, and furniture. And then for the liabilities are obligation or debt owned by a company, individual, or entity to others. For the liability also, we can divide into two, which is our current liabilities and non-current liabilities. For the current liabilities are obligation that are expected to be settled within 1 year or the operating cycle of the business, whichever is longer. And then the non-current liabilities are obligations that are not expected to be settled in 1 year. Here we got example. There are deposit, accrued expenses, and rebate monthly. Let's jump to the expenses. Expenses are costs incurred by a business or individual in order to generate revenue. Here we got some example from Puan Mastura business that cost her to pay for salaries, rent, repair, and utilities. So, moreover, for the capital are generally refer to the financial resources available to a business or individual for investment or expenditure. Puan Mastura have used her own saving money to start the business. And then the last one is revenue. Revenue are the total income of a business that the business earn from selling goods and services. For some example, here we got sale, income, gross profit, and licensing. And here are some examples that I can collect from the interview and some. Okay, the first one we can it state that Puan Mastura have paid deposit for 2,000 ringgit for the business. The next one, this transaction shown that Puan Mastura have transferred all the cash that she got in hand and transfer it to the bank account. The third one and the fourth picture is shown the receipt that she got after paid monthly rent for the canteen. The next one, this receipt state that she have made some expenses, paid for the groceries to run for her business. Okay, next one, this picture shown that the bill utilities that she have paid to continue doing her business. And the last one is bank statement. This shown that how the business got profit from the goods and the services that they have made. Okay, thank you. That's all from me. So we continue to the next one.
Hi everyone, I'm Dia. I will explain the business process Puan Mastura. The business process is open from Monday to Friday, closes Saturday, Sunday, and public holiday. Puan Mastura selling any food, kuih muih, sandwich, fruits for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for army. The other vendor will put the kuih muih and sandwich for sale at Puan Mastura canteen. Puan Mastura charge the other vendors and Puan Mastura receive the cash sales from customer. This is example the picture. Puan Mastura receive cash payment from customer. Record is financial transaction. Record financial transaction is a description and type of a business transaction. The date of the transaction, a specific amount of money. Puan Mestura used this source of document for her business. For the example, purchase order, invoice, receipt, delivery order, cash bill, cash deposit, machine slip. Puan Mestura used source document include invoice, delivery order, bill cash, receipt, and deposit machine slip. This is example for delivery order from Syntax Supercool Ice Cube. Puan Mestura record the delivery order from Syntax Supercool because this is a receipt for save and record her business. Delivery order is a document which provides full details of how the delivery will take place. Cash bill is a documented receipt of a cash payment. This is an example cash deposit machine slip. Cash deposit machine slip is a slip that the cash money has been deposited into a bank account. Puan Mestura will bank in cash in her account. This is can call she received cash payment from customer and she will bank in cash in her account. This one is type of journal business Puan Mestura. This is example for type of journal. Number 1 is cash receipt journal. Number 2 is cash payment journal. Number 3 is general journal. Number 1 for example, Puan Mestura received payment cash from customer. This is a cash receipt. She received the cash from customer. Number 2 is cash payment journal. Example, Puan Mestura purchase grocery, pay with cash and pay with debit card. And the other expenses, she purchase ice cube, she purchase grocery, vegetable and the others food. This is called the cash payment. Number 3 is general journal. Puan Mestura uses on capital, cash in hand. The last one is double entry for business. Puan Mestura record the business. The business is a manual. She will record at book. For the example, Puan Mestura received the payment cash from customer. The effects, asset and revenue increase. Double entry, cash debit, sale is credit. Number 2, Puan Mestura purchase groceries, pay with cash and with debit card. Effect is asset is decrease. Double entry, debit purchase, credit is cash, and number 3, Puan Mestura bank in cash to her account Maybank. Effects, increase assets, double entry, cash debit, bank credit. This is all record financial Puan Mestura business. Puan Mestura will record the business manual. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Amina. I will continue with the strength of business, which is less paperwork. This is advantage of sole proprietorship, especially if your company is small. One of the first and the most basic advantage, however, is that you won't have to fill out a ton of paperwork with this business identity type. To explain other business structure such as as limited liability corporation require you to register with your state government before you can do business. With sole proprietorship, on the other hand, you generally do not need to register with the state. Instead, you become a business entity merely by virtue on doing business. It's important to note, however, that you may have to obtain a business license or permit depend on the requirement of your state or local government. Nevertheless, one of the initial benefits of sole proprietorship is that this structure allows you to scale up your business much more quickly and with less government paperwork in the balance. So next is straightforward banking, which is one of the next significant advantages of sole proprietorship is simply banking. Sole proprietorship are the only kind of business entity that doesn't require or order to operate a company. So you can run without a checking account, but this invalid many of personal financial protection that come with owning an LLC in the first place. As a sole proprietorship, you can make and accept business payments straight from your own personal bank. You don't have to go through a process of finding a business checking account. Although you want to separate your personal and business financial, is this way you have the option to do that as well. Ultimately, in the term of banking, all you need is your own checking account to get started, being sure to maintain organized and clear record to distinguish your business and personal spending. So continue with the easy tax setup. Another one of the biggest advantage for sole proprietorship for this project. So the business is much more simpler and straightforward tax requirement, especially compared to other entity. So first, whereas the other business structure need to apply for an employer identification number or IRS, sole proprietors are not required to file for an AINT. With INT, is a business can collect and pay employees separate from the first social security number, but as a sole proprietor, you have the option to use your social security number just like you will have any other financial transaction that require it. So for weakness for this business sole proprietorship is no liability protection, which is since no proprietors don't have need to register as a business with their state or operation, they also don't get any of the benefit that can come from having a legal business entity. You are considered self-employee with a sole proprietorship, which means that you on your own with regards to your business transaction. Although this is can certainly be considered one of benefit of sole proprietorship, it can be also to be a notable disadvantage without the legal protection associated with incorporating your business. Your personality liable for any of your company legal, financial or tax problem. So second, for weakness of the business, which is harder to get financing and business credit because it's built by own. So another disadvantage of sole proprietorship is that it can be harder to secure loans or financing that is for other business entity. Essentially, this is because of most of bank want to work with established company, and not just because they typically larger in a term of revenue, but also because they tend to have more substantial history with credits. So it's more difficult for sole proprietor to build business credit the same way than that others company can, since they often don't have their own business credit cards and a business bank account. Plus, since all the liability and the backing from a sole proprietor comes from a single owner, the business as a whole is reliant on that individual initial investment, financials, and a credit history. Although as sole proprietors, we can able to secure business financing from conventional leaders. You can still seek out personal loan to help fund for your business. For this business, this option also come with its own pitfalls, since you don't have some level of protection as well. Your business could pay back its debts. So I will continue with the last point of weakness, which is it's harder to sell your business since it's a sole proprietorship is attached to one individual by nature. It's all but impossible to sell or hand down your business to someone else. Therefore, your business ends in the event of your death, or if you decide that you no longer want to run the company. It's possible to sell a sole proprietorship, but you do not to go about selling your business in a different way. Instead of selling your business as a whole with everything it entails, you have to sell your business asset rather than the company itself. In this case, the buyer won't able to keep your business name unless you establish a DBA, doing a business as, and either sell or transfer the usage right to the other party. If you want to pass the business down to an inheritor, you have to go through the same process. Therefore, although one of the advantage of sole proprietorship is a singular ownership and control, this can be a disadvantage as it make it much more complicated to sell your business if you eventually decide you want to do so.